What's up, guys? Alwadar563 here. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Secret Life of Pets 3 by Tiberius the Hawk. I loved that story. It was amazing. There were so many moments that I really enjoyed, like Max realizing his feelings for Gidget, the return of Tiberius, Max and Duke training Liam for kindergarten, and so much more. The story starts with Max narrating that something is missing in his life. Chloe later reveals to him that that missing thing is love. And Snowball reveals to him that Gidget has been in love with him since they had met. And that was a long time ago. After hearing that, Max decides to ask Gidget out, which is interrupted by the arrival of Rooster. The reason he is there is because Shep got into an accident involving an apple tree, an old branch, and the branch snapping the minute he grabbed onto it, causing him to fall and break an arm and a leg. That must have been very painful. Anyway, after he finally does get to talk to Gidget, he forgets to ask her out, and when he tries to go back, he ends up bumping into Rooster, who tells him that he needs to work on his people skills. He's not wrong. Anyway, after that, Chloe finds Who in her house or apartment. The reason he is there is because the cat lady is moving away, and Who does not want to go with them because he doesn't want to leave all of his friends, especially Snowball and Daisy. They're like, he treats them like his parents. So yeah, they have to find him a new home, which isn't easy considering the arrival of you-know-who, Sergey. And this time, he has a female tiger, which he's using to try to lure out Who and take him back. So they have to hide him again, while Max, Duke, Gidget, Daisy, Snowball, and Rooster go to rescue the new tiger, which is Leolu. And this tiger is a female. At least I hope I pronounced that right. Leo. We'll have to find out later. So, well, the first place they decide to take Who is the basement of one of the apartment buildings. The one that most of the pets were living in. But Who did not want to go in because it was very dark. You know, for a tiger, he seemed to get scared a lot. Anyway, the next place they brought him was Ozone's lair, and Ozone did not want to take him because he was worried that it would get them caught, because a tiger is really going to be very hard to hide considering they live in an alley. Then they tried to ask Tattoo to take him to the Flushed Pets lair, considering that place is since they have been hidden for I don't know how long, but it's been a long time. But unfortunately, but like Ozone, he's worried that his friends will be in danger, and also he's just scared. So then Buddy has an idea for another place they could leave him, and Chloe does not like it very much. Mostly because that place is Pop's apartment. So yeah, they take him there, and Chloe has to do something that she very much regretted to get him to keep Who there until they can find a new place for him to stay permanently. So yeah. Meanwhile, Max, Snowball, and Daisy are Max, Snowball, Daisy, and Gidget are going to save Leo, while Duke and Rooster are making sure they're not getting followed. Or, like, they're the lookout. But Duke gets distracted by a bear, which he falls in love with. And honestly, I can see how that can work out, considering they're both large animals with brown fur. So, yeah, I can see that relationship really working out. Meanwhile, yeah, but when he's trying to break him out, or her, when he's trying to break her out, he alarms a parrot, which is not good because that is Sergei's parrot, and the minute the wolves heard it, they realized that someone had come to break Igleo out. Or that someone was anyway. So Max, Snowball, and Daisy are breaking out Leo, while Gidget is distracting the wolves on a tightrope. After they've managed to free the tigress, they hear the parrot, and the wolves start chasing them, but Rooster saves them. However, Gidget and Leo get separated from the group, and when the wolves are about to get Gidget, she gets saved by a Tiberius. I was very happy to see him come back. I wasn't. I still don't understand why he wasn't in the second movie. And when Gidget asks him to help her, that's what I meant to say, to help her get home, Tiberius isn't very isn't really wanting to do it, considering she pretty much abandoned him after or he helped her save Max. So yeah, eventually she does manage to convince him, mostly because the warehouse that Tiberius was staying in was raided by Sergei's lion named Leo, who is voiced by Ian McShane. I love that choice is for a voice actor, because honestly, I would love to see Ian McShane in the Secret Life of Pets franchise. So, well, after that type, yeah, the lion accidentally, well, not accidentally, he attacks them. Um, Tiberius gets a broken wing in the process of their escape. When they do manage to escape, they head over to a donut shop and steal a cop car, which they drive all the way back from Brooklyn, where Sergei had set up his circus, to Manhattan. Meanwhile, Max, Duke, Daisy, and Snowball the next day are going back to look for them, to look for Leo and Gidget, only to find that they never got that Leo was that they were nowhere to be found at Sergei Circus. But they did also find out that the wolves and Leo were out hunting them. After that, when they go home and to tell Mel and Buddy, who were watching Liam, and when they get home, guess what? They lost him. They had one job. Watch Liam, don't let him out of their sights. They failed miserably. Yeah, because when Ozone came to tell them about the wolves, Liam followed him back to the alley, where he made friends with Ozone and got captured by Leo. After that, Max starts having a heart attack, but Rooster manages to calm him down. Meanwhile, Tiberius and Gidget arrive back at the apartment building, where Tiberius tells Gidget that he can't stay because his owner had sadly passed shortly after, actually like 6 months after he had helped Gidget save Max. And, well, after that, he got hit in the face with a rake, which gave him like a scar that ran down like from his eye all the way to his beak. I don't have a beak, so I'm just going to go to like the side of my nose. So after that, he starts to head home, which isn't easy because one of his wings is broken and he can't fly. And while Gidget is feeling sorry for her friend, she finds Who and Leo behind him, because guess what? Pops also lost Who ended up after or he found Leo outside of Pops' apartment. He left, and the two of them just, I guess, patrolled the city together. Well, not really patrolled, just walked around, just... Anyway, then they go up and reunite with the others. And, like, immediately after that, the wolves arrive and kidnap Daisy, Rooster, or Leo, and Gidget. And also, one of the wolves threw Snowball out the window and knocked Max and Rooster unconscious. And who? And after that, Who wakes up and realizes that Leo is being taken and chases after the truck that they had been loaded up in, and then gets captured himself. Yeah, great job rescuing your girlfriend, Who. Anyway, so after they get captured, they have to formulate a new plan. And the plan is that Max, Snowball, Duke, Chloe, Pops, Mel, and Buddy would go after her, Sergey and save their friends while Tiny, Norman, and Sweet Pea stayed behind and fooled Katie's grandma, who had come to babysit Liam. But because she didn't realize as Liam was gone, because, Norman and Mel and Buddy took her glasses and hid them somewhere. Actually, hid them in the vents. After Norman took them out, he, Tiny and Sweet Pea, hid in a little pillowcase that they had turned into like a ghost costume to try to act like Liam disguised as a ghost. But the cover is blown after Katie's grandmother removes the pillowcase, realizes that Liam isn't there, and immediately faints. After that, they just make her a little bed on the floor, and then Tiberius arrives at the apartment building with a motorcycle. After that happens, meanwhile, Max and everyone are and arrive at Sergei's circus and get attacked by little Sergei and all of the wolves at once. And also Leo. So yeah, they have to deal with that. While Liam is while Snowball is fighting little Sergei, they're hitting a bunch of buttons, which are just activating a bunch of stuff. One of them causes a door and a door maze to fling open and knock two of the wolves unconscious. That was lucky for Max and Dukes, considering they were the ones running from those wolves. One of them just activated a bunch of lights, which blinded Chloe and Pops, and another activated something involving fire that was in a room that Mel and Buddy were in. Later, Mel and Buddy find an elephant and use it to save Pops and Chloe from Leo. Then they go and try to, after Snowball finishes dealing with little Sergei, they go into the circus to find their friends. to find Liam. Or no, wait, to find and that Sergei had a bigger monkey, that being Big Sergei, which had a little wrestling match with Tina after one of the buttons that Snowball had hit opened up the cages with Rooster or Daisy and Tina. And also the one with Ozone, because he was there too. So after that, yeah, Tina has a wrestling match with Big Sergei, which breaks the lever that, which causes them to accidentally break the lever that allows them to lower the cage with Hu and Leo in it. They also activate something that drops a curtain which reveals Liam being tied up and suspended over a cage with a crocodile in it. I realize Sergei is evil, but who does that to a child? Seriously. Anyway, so Serg, yeah, so Duke, Rooster, and Snowball go after Liam, while Max goes after Sergei, who has Gidget in the palm of his. As Gidget, chases him all the way up some walkway, and Max is followed by the lead wolf, which Max knocks off and causes him to fall into a little pool of water. So at least the wolf didn't die. That's very fortunate. And after that, during the wrestling match with Leo, Tina gets knocked unconscious, and all hope seems lost until suddenly Tiberius comes right. Tiberius, Tiny, Norman, and Sweepy come in riding a motorcycle, which Tiberius manages to use to knock Big Sergei unconscious. Well, it was actually just one of the wheels that knocked him unconscious, but still part of the motorcycle, so anyway. After that, Tiberius manages to get up to Hu and Leo's cage and pick the lock. Duke manages to save Liam before he got eaten alive. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole story, and Snowball drops a match into a box of fireworks, which causes and one of the big ones sends Sergei flying into the air, causing him to drop Gidget, which then Max jumps off the walkway, and gets close enough to Gidget to hug her just before they fall to the ground and die very sad deaths. But luckily they didn't die very sad deaths. They ended up landing on top of Hu. And after that, while they're heading home, well, when they're about to head home, Sergei falls out of the sky, lands on a trampoline, and lands cat style on the ground. I'm like 90% sure this guy is part cat. I mean, he survived getting hit by a car twice. Getting hit by and getting blown up by a firework rocket. Seriously, how? Just how? After that, then, just like in the second movie, he has a, yeah, actually, no, actually before that, it, all the circus animals decide to join the pets. Yeah, who manages to scare Leo into joining them, and yeah, back to Sergei. Sergei, like in the second movie, has a gun aiming at them, and then suddenly he gets hit by, this time, a city bus. That must have been, yeah, like with Shep, that must have been incredibly painful. Poor guy can't catch a break. And the bus was driven by Tattoo, who had also brought with him Ripper, Bearded Dragon, and also Pickles and Princess, who Tiny had called for backup. After that, they all got on the bus and headed home, and Sergei went out of business. When they got home, Tiberius Gidget decided to let Tiberius move in with her. I really like that. I like the idea of Tiberius and Gidget living in the same apartment. Because since Tiberius's original owner is now gone, he'll need a new place to live in. Who better to live with than your best friend? And at least he still has his old owner's scarf to remember him by, so that's always good. And with, and also, when Gidget's parents get home with their child, forgot to mention that they had a baby girl named Iris, who, yeah, and when they meet Tiberius, they're a little nervous at first, but then Iris just immediately just falls in love, not like, just loves them, and her first word is birdie, which surprises her parents, but for Tiberius, that's pretty lucky. And they, and after that, at home, Duke and Rooster had to get Katie's grandmother onto the couch because it would seem kind of weird if she was just sleeping on the floor or when Katie and Chuck got home. When they did get home, Liam, of course, was very happy because, well, they're his parents. after that, they all... I don't... moving on. The next day... Max, Duke, Gidget, not Rooster, Lee... Max, Duke, Rooster, Liam, Katie, and Jack are on a walk. While on the walk, they see Sergey trying to do a little magic trick with a kid's toy that she does not want to let go of. And that kid's Chihuahua bites him in the leg and causes him to just scream in pain, which, honestly, he kind of deserves that, considering the last he encountered, he tried to feed to an alligator. I still don't know why he did that. I guess we'll never know. Anyway. Or maybe we will. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, so also Pops loses to Tiny in a chess match, which is hilarious. I'm not Gidget and Tiberius, whose wing is now fully healed, are taking a little fly around Gidget's around their apartment, and Mel beats Buddy at the dancing game that they were playing when they lost Liam. After that, there's a costume party at Max's apartment to celebrate Liam going into kindergarten. While at that party, Max admits his feelings to Gidget, and they finally get together. And in the end credit scene, which is 3 months later, they're on a date at a restaurant for pets, where Snowball is pretending to be the waiter to spy on Duke and his bear girlfriend, and who are also there. He's supposed to be watching Liam, but instead he left the kid, and he's also supposed to be watching Iris. He left them with Pops, Daisy, and everyone else who wasn't there. Also, Hu and Leo, who had cubs. I'm gonna do my best to pronounce them. Mao, Mew, and Zio. That's my best pronunciation for them. So they are at Pops' apartment, and where they're all just doing their own thing. So overall, just again, I'm gonna say I loved this story completely, and I'm glad I got the chance to read it. Anyways, that's it for this review, and I will see you around.